Hello everybody, it's Max McAllister from Traction Dynamics. Today we're going to do a video on the 2018 Plus Honda GoldWing. And believe it or not, I have found a problem with this motorcycle. I know that's going to be shocking because most people find this motorcycle perfect in every way, but this is the first problem I've ever found with this motorcycle. Just kidding. We're back to reviewing the sticking defective left saddlebag doors that some owners have reported on their Honda GoldWing. I've had a few people contacted me about this since this happened. It's a mix of owners. Some, not everybody has this problem. And just to refresh, when you push your button, your left saddlebag door, the mechanism will work, but the door won't open. And what's happened is the door is, instead of having the nice arc that's required for it to close easily, it's drooped down and warped down, and so it binds. It actually grips the top of the inner casing, and the door won't open unless you hit the button and pull on the door, and then it'll pop open. So there's some people have tried putting grease on these rubber stoppers and things like that. I don't want grease on my bike, and where I'm going to get in and out of it every day. And never mind, it doesn't work right. Why do I want my bike to not work right? Now, I've already gotten reports from some owners. Steven Sublitz, a guy I've been chatting with on the internet. Honda has denied this warranty claim. He's showed them his door doesn't work. He's been to the dealer. He's gone through the warranty process, and they denied his claim and said, we're not fixing your bike. So now I'm back. I was supposed to take mine to my dealer. I was unfamiliar with the Honda warranty claim process, but I have to take my bike, leave it. They're going to prepare a warranty claim report. They take photographs and then submit them to Honda. Honda reviews the claim. If they approve the claim, then the dealer is allowed to order the parts. Then they wait for the parts. When the parts come, then they'll change the thing out and return my bike. They wanted my bike for 2 weeks for something that didn't take it off the road. I thought that was a little crazy. But now that I've talked to this other guy and found out that they're denying the warranty claim, I thought I would go ahead and try and fix our bike. So what we weren't certain of 100%, that I became 100% certain of today, was whether the inner case, the black inner case, was pulling the outer shell down, or whether the outer shell was pushing the inner case down. We weren't sure of that. Today, as I just started to take some of the hardware out of the top of the casing, you could see the outer shell relax away from the inner shell, and a gap formed. As soon as that happened, the lid would close and open just all by itself, totally freely. There was no trouble with it at all. So then that verified 100% that it was the inner shell that was defective. Now, we actually could see this just by looking at it. If you look down in it, there's kind of a natural arc line on the right saddlebag lid. And if you looked on the left saddlebag lid, it was just basically kind of flat. And we verified that with a machinist rule. We were able to kind of lay it in there and just see that the two sides were not the same. So to reiterate again, there is no adjustment on this anywhere. The hinges are plastic. They're molded into, you can come over a little closer if you want. The hinges are molded in. There is no adjustment anywhere in this entire system that affects this problem. People tried to tell me to adjust the latches. This has nothing to do with the latching system. It's a matter of the outer case binding on the inner case, okay? So, in other words, this top edge binds on that edge and won't let the case open. So, the only problem, so this means this part's defective, 100%, found it, proved it, no questions, can't be disputed. Now, I've said, well, what can we do to fix it? There is a shade tree way. If you want to avoid this full process, and I'm going to show you how to get it fixed nicely forever. Basically, if you want to be real super down and dirty about it, you can take and wedge a piece of cardboard, or a guy somewhere told me he jammed a cigarette butt in it, but if you come over here what you're going to do is, in this gap, you can just pull on the lid a little bit and just wedge a piece of junk in there. I don't know, whatever you want to find. It could be a piece of cardboard, a matchbook, anything, all right? And that will get it to work properly again. So, you know, it just, and the door seal is on the inner face of the inner shell is where the seal is. So having this gap in there really doesn't affect anything. So if you want to fix it in, you know, literally 1 minute with just about anything you could find laying around on the ground, it can be done. Now, so if you want to fix it properly, I'll show you a way that, you know, basically it takes 30 minutes-ish is all it really was involved. What you'll need is a heat gun. A hairdryer won't get it. It's not going to get it hot enough. But I looked online, and you can buy a heat gun for $20 at Amazon. They all have them at Home Depot or whatever. So these get very hot. So you don't want to use an open flame on the plastic because it'll, you know, you can get it to actually shine and melt and warp with too intense of a flame. This is a more spread source of heat. But it is very hot, hot as a flame. So not a toy for sure. Now, just because I was unsure, I haven't done it any other way, I didn't want to damage my painted part, so I removed it. I'm not so sure that you couldn't do this with the painted part on it. I just wasn't willing to find out for an extra 30 minutes of time. Now, so to get your painted cover off, you have to first, come on over here. Inside, there's a screw that holds this strap on, this securing strap. Take that screw out. There's a gas strut that helps open and close the thing. To release the gas strut, you'll need a little flat blade screwdriver. You pry backwards on this clip just a little bit. That lets it pop off the ball, and that's kind of all that's required to get that to come off of. You really only need to do one end. You don't have to do both. I just kind of did one for the videos. When it's assembled, as it comes all the way open, here in the corner, there's a piece of the outer cover that overlaps this. It'll make a little clicking sound. Don't worry, you haven't broken or cracked anything. The reason we have to get it all the way open, there's screws hidden down here at the bottom that you cannot get to with a screwdriver unless this door is fully opened. So there's just a series of screws around here that release the whole panel. You know, when you get right to the end, you know, pay attention because you don't want your expensive painted part falling off. So, you know, hand underneath, make sure you got a hold of it and take it away. You know, if you want to be super extra cautious, you could lay a towel on your exhaust pipe and one on the floor, bath towel or something. Now we're going to set about fixing this part. Now I got overly complicated. It actually turns out it's way easier than I did it, but I made a little gauge based off of the right saddlebag. Sorry. So I just grabbed a piece of this aerospace grade PVC. We only use the highest quality stuff when we make tools here. This is Schedule 40, 1.5 inch PVC I made my little tool with. We tried the Schedule 20. It wasn't strong enough to do this job, so you got to have the best quality stuff. So anyway, that's a joke. For those who don't know, don't go out and look for that. I just made a gauge that fit in the right bag, and I made it so it fit really snugly. That number was 265 millimeters. Don't know what that is in inches. You'll have to do your own conversion. And so it fits just kind of in here. And I basically, when I came to this bag, it wouldn't go in here. And I knew that once I got it to the right location, as long as that fit in there, that my job would be done. But you don't have to do that. I found another way to align it. And what you're going to do is when you heat it, you, pull on it. You get a pair of work gloves. They could be anything. These I just happen to have some welding gloves, but just canvas gloves or something so you don't burn your hand. I heated the plastic from the outside. I kind of felt of it from the inside to sense how warm I was getting it, so that I didn't want it to get so warm that it was getting ruined. Now, it actually gets soft really easily, and it can, and so it'll move easily. You don't have to get it like smoking hot, or just a little at a time. I would play with it, using less and less, little as possible, and going back if you need to. And then basically I just kind of pulled on it. Now the most important part you want to get to, there's a screw here in the center, one single screw in the center, and if you come behind you can see the hole. You want to get that hole out some so that you make sure it's going to push up on the plastic part. So that's one of the things we're after. So we're looking for that whole surface to just kind of come away. I just pulled on it a little and I could feel it yield and move. It didn't take much effort. I didn't have to really go crazy. But then in the end I figured out the easy way to gauge it. And that's simply, if you come look, there is a line on the two saddlebags that you just align. So can you see this edge? If you come back straight forward. So when I started, this looked like this. If I'm going to simulate it. So it was flat in the center and didn't match that edge. Now that I'm done, that arc lines right up, and that's all you got to do. Now, and now you'll be able to see. I'm just going to hold my lid up. I'm not going to go to the trouble of putting this all back together in front of you. But now I don't have a single screw in this, and look, my lid just falls open all by itself. So totally fixed. This, truthfully is like a half an hour's worth of work. It will require a heat gun, and you don't have to make a little inspection tool like I did even. That's not necessary. So there you have it. I'm not going to let this bail off on me. But so if you have this problem, that's the way to actually make it proper and nice, fit nice, and work properly. So I did also look. This inner shell was $135 from Honda. If it was $25, I'd tell you just buy one. But for $135, I'm going to go buy a $20 heat gun, warm this up, pull it back into place, and then have it work properly. So, all right. So there's how you fix your defective left saddlebag door on the 2018 and newer model Honda GoldWing. Because apparently Honda's not going to do that for you. I'll let you guys talk amongst yourselves about that. So my name's Max. If you like these videos, please subscribe, and I'll keep coming back with more content. Don't forget to share these videos with your friends, particularly if you know they have this problem, and see if they can't help fix their bikes as well. So thanks a lot, and we'll talk to you soon.